Hello, hello. Okay, cool. So we are, I believe, recording on everything. Autofocus seems to be working. We're in focus, right?
Focused.
Yeah. Focused, good.
Focused.
Recording. We're good. We got beer. We got things ready to go. Here we are. Hello and welcome to Start the Beat with Sykes. My name is Sykes and this is my podcast. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank everyone who checked out the last episode. If you're one of the people who listened to that conversation, I hope you enjoyed it and thanks so much for coming back. But for those of you out there who are new to the show, welcome. Please feel free to make yourselves at home. And as always, there's beer and soda in the fridge. Cheers, my friend.
Boosh.
This is the first time I ever had this beer. Let's see what's going on.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stouty.
Daddy's going to be drunk by the end of this hour. I can tell you that right now.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That is super duper fine.
I'm not sorry. But I'm sorry, Sykes.
So shout outs to Four Seasons, right?
Yeah, for real, man.
For providing the brews today.
Yeah, those guys are awesome,
Yeah.
man. Really good beer. The one I wanted to bring was the Dark Side of the Pint, but you know, nitrous. That's really hard to keep in a bottle and then come out here. So
we're gonna talk about what this is in just a moment. But before we get too deep into all of that stuff, I'm sitting here today with my buddy Shawn King. Shawn King, say hello to the internet.
Hello, internet. How are you?
For those of you out there in digital social world that may not know Shawn, who may be here just out of general curiosity or because you like me. What do you do, Shawn?
I am a musician and a chef.
A musician. A musician.
Chefzician.
So yeah, for those of you out there who are fans of the show, you know I like talking to musicians and I like talking to chefs. And Shawn is somebody that reached out a good bit ago. This has been on the calendar here for a good bit, and I wanted to. I love chatting with people that are chefs and people that are musicians. I know that we booked this a while ago, so here we are. The day is here. You came bearing gifts with beer and something else in this mystery box that we will talk about in a little bit.
This thing,
but yeah. So you are primarily a drummer, correct?
Yeah.
Do you play any other instruments?
I can play kind of Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd and can kind of sing well, actually, I'm pretty good at karaoke, but no, I'm a drummer. Professionally, I'm a drummer.
I gotcha.
I play drums, man. I've been playing drums all my life. I started at 5. I started, playing in bands at like 12. When I moved up here, you move into the game and I play everything. I try to play everything and keep all my chops kind of in check. You know what I'm saying? Like I like rock, I like blues, I like metal, country, stuff like that. It's all fun to me. I'm just a musical whore.
Totally. And I think the interesting thing about drums too, I mean, obviously there's nuance in any genre style of playing drums. But if you don't completely genre jump, it's really easy to get stuck inside of a pocket because unless you're doing some super progressive weird shit, or if you're fucking, playing with Dave Matthews or something, you're kind of like, there's like these, the set pockets of grooves that you're kind of locked in with every style of music.
It's like situational.
Yeah. You gotta, definitely expand and try out different things. Well, what was your first love musically?
I would have to say like Sabbath and Guns N' Roses and like Journey.
Classic rock stuff.
Yeah, classic rock. And then like Steely Dan. It was like two sides of that though.
It wasn't classic at the time, but now it is classic.
Yeah, I know. It's like I had somebody who was younger than me with the Good Times Gang was like, can you play something classic? And we were like, yeah, you want some like Zeppelin? Like, you want some Sabbath? They're like, no, something from the 90s. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm that old. I'm that fucking old now.
Yeah, so, dude, me too. You said you were 33?
33. Yeah, I just turned it last week, man.
Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday.
Oh, we should cheers again.
Yeah. Cheers to that, motherfucker.
Get Sykes drunk.
I am 33 as well. I'm turning 34 in October.
Yeah? Fuck yeah. 86?
85.
85. Oh,
Right? Is that math, right? Or am I 34 already?
Are you 34? It's all right. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. After
Way to ruin it, Shawn.
Yeah, whatever. I'm either 33 or 34 years old. I was born in...
it's fine.
No, I'm 33.
You lose track after 30. You really do.
It doesn't fucking matter
I
anymore.
asked my wife, I'm like, it's 33, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I thought 34. You know, it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you plateau at 30.
All right, so you have the musician half of you. Real quick, just plug some of the bands that you play in.
I play in a band called Love Betty. Also, the lead singer and the guitar player of that band has a country band in Nashville called Willow Hill, and I play with them as well. I play in Craig and the Good Times Gang, which is a 90s cover alternative band. We're fun. And I also play in my new project that I'm going to be recording our second album in September called Synesthesia.
You're a busy boy.
Well, I also do pick up work too. I do.
And on top of all of that, you are also a chef, a cook, you said?
Yeah, it's been a long road.
So you mentioned that you started doing drums when you were young.
Yeah.
When did food become an interest? And was it a thing where like you got into it as a passion, or you started cooking and then like just to work, and then it became a passion through working? Was that a difficult question?
No, it's not. You're actually really spot on. I was this 14-year-old kid in Podunk, West Virginia, and there was this restaurant called Sully's, and it was an Irish pub. And thank you.
Oh yeah, You got. We call that a stout shout. That's what the burp is right there.
I'm like the hand banana. I get on Sykes' show and I turn into hand banana. I'm the hand banana. But no, I was a 14-year-old kid. There was this badass Irish restaurant. Sully's had a 4-leaf clover, and they had really awesome prime rib. It was like the best in my town.
Killer.
And I started as a dishwasher and just went and did that, and then ended up like learning their menu. And like this was like at 14, 15.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a little side gig, given all the sports and stuff that I was doing and my activities. And then, it was exactly what you said. I was like, I did this. And I was like, hey, well, I'm going to go to school for this. So I went there. I went to Fairmont State University for culinary for 2 years. And then I got out, and guess what? What the reason why I got out for was?
Playing in a band.
Yep. My execution on that was totally flawed.
Yeah.
But you got the button. So yeah, I did. I moved up here, and I was like, all right. And I was in a metal band. And for the longest time, Sykes, whenever you were talking earlier, you were saying people get pigeonholed into a certain genre. And of course, young, especially playing metal, it's like, I play metal.
Yeah.
So I went up, I was playing metal and, Segments of the Spine. I was my old bass player, Jimmy.
Wait, was that the name of the band?
Yeah. Dude.
Hell yeah.
Bro, it was Segments of the Spine. It was a three-piece band.
I just need to tell you something real quick. Never before have I wanted like a sound effect button until now. Shit. Now I fucking need that.
Oh shit, yeah.
But hell yeah, Segments of the Spine.
Yeah, for sure. Like
should have brought me a t-shirt.
Jimmy was like something else, man. He was like Wooten style. Like everybody.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like he would play he always stuck with a 4-string, and he just played it like guitar. And he was the guy, me and him did screaming vocals. I would do the lowers and he would do the highers, but he would do like verses and shit, and I would play drums, and then we would get like some smoking crazy guitar player to just, you're a Primus fan, right? Yeah. Just brain it, just completely crush it. And, it was cool. It was cool. Like, the only way I can ever, not explain, but, show you, it would be on MySpace, but that's not a thing.
So with getting your introduction in playing, I guess you were playing drums before you were in a metal band, but I imagine, so was this band one of the first bands that you had played with like regularly?
No.
Okay.
I started in band at the age of 5, and it was
like school band.
Yeah, like school band. It started in school, and I did that for 5 years, and then orchestral was 6 years, and I marched for 5.
Okay.
So it was from like 3rd grade all the way to like 9th grade.
Okay. Well, I guess my question with playing in a metal band early, like at an early age, like you had, I guess like given you're 33 now, that was earlier in your career, we'll say, as a drummer. How did playing in a metal band affect your stamina, like starting out? I imagine that's something that could probably be rather beneficial versus like maybe starting out playing softer stuff than trying to play heavier stuff later.
Oh, in that sense? Oh, yeah, for sure. And like, I'm a feet guy. Like, I like the hands and of course the pocket. That's like cardinal rule. But like when it comes to metal, I'm the feet guy. Like I see all these jazz guys do the hand stuff and whatnot, and it's cool, double stroke roll and all that jazz. But like I always like I was a huge Fear Factory fan.
Oh hell yeah!
So like anything that's kind of brutal with the feet, I'm just like in mechanical. I'm just like and I would sit down and learn that. So like in the middle of all like the drums and orchestra, I was sitting on my trap set like learning like Soul of a New Machine, and then like I'm sitting here playing that and fucking Far Beyond Driven by Pantera.
Oh hell yeah!
Rage Against the Machine. So
yeah.
So it's adding up. So like to answer your question, like, yeah, it was beneficial. Like I did have a marching band mentality with my rudiments.
Okay. Yeah.
So it really, really helped. But like when you, when you get out in the scene playing metal or playing anything, your views on how you were taught through time kind of gets broken apart, and you like, or should I say spread out, so you can see the fine lining of how you play.
Yeah.
So like whenever you do that and you go in, you're like, no, I'm going to do this. And then like for said certain genre of metal, because you know there's so many these days,
yeah,
you reassess how you play. And I feel like there's players that get it and players that don't. And some players like, and I don't say that don't like in a negative sense. I just say like, there's these guys that are just like, yo, this is what this is going to be. And then the band forms around it and it's something great. But like the other guys that can like just go with the flow, like that's where I'm at. You know, I want to be that dude. That's the reason why I was telling you I do pickup gigs too. It's like, oh, you have 50 songs, you know,
yeah,
I will learn them.
Totally.
How long do you got? You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's my like, not superpower, but that's something that I want to achieve as a player. Cause it's like you call on that guy, or, you know, one day you're that guy that like some bad at like Sayo calls you, you know, cause I'm from Westmoreland County. Sayo calls you and it's like, hey, our drummer broke his leg, or, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
We need to call you. And like, I want to be that guy, you know? So with that said, and you talking about the orchestral, like my background, yeah, that helped a lot, especially in a metal band. Cause like not a lot of people know where the pocket is when you're like 18 or 19, especially when you're playing like thrash and mechanical. There's like, you don't know, like listen to an old At the Gates album. Sure. There's a backbeat in that. It's fast, but there's a backbeat in that. But did you know that when you were rocking it out? No. But now at 33, I kind of get it. So yeah, like all that stuff, how everything.
And you know goddamn well those dudes were jamming a ton of different stuff, and that's why they're able to do that. I think that that's going back into the conversation of genre jumping and things. I think that a problem that I've run across, I've played in a lot of metal bands and I've recorded with metal bands, and I run into it sometimes where there are players that have only played metal, and they're technically good players, but they have almost no groove because they haven't stepped outside of the box to play things that have groove. They've just been playing mechanical all the time, and they're really good at it, but like there's no human feel when you need to let up and like get into some sort of a part where like Pantera, you mentioned before, like they're a band that could get really mechanical and just give you that groove, just get off the grid a little bit and just give it that nastiness.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Vinnie Paulson, man. Like one of my favorite top drummers. That dude's a monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the pocket the pocket and the groove, especially like when you bobble back and forth, you always got to say, like, I was lucky enough, like my guitar player from Synesthesia, Tony Mullock, played One Night Stand, the Groove Junkies, and a whole bunch of blues bands. He went over to California, went to school at the MI Musicians Institution, and did that all in the 80s. Like, it's funny because I met this guy, and like, I'm wild, and like, he's like OG wild, and we're both Italian, so we kind of have that like, kind of like, we're cool.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're just rapping stories, and he was like, man, you'll never know being a guy in like, what was it, like 84, 80 something, don't quote me on this, you know, being at Virgin Records and MI and like Van Halen 2 dropped or something like that.
Oh, sure.
And I'm like, oh, crass. It's like, oh man, I need to hang out with this guy, and I need to like get to know him. And funny is like, whenever I was playing in Segments of Spine, there's like 4 bands that were like in my play deck every day, and it was like Byzantine, freaking Soilwork, like, oh, because dude, like Natural Born Chaos came out when I was 14. I love it. Hit or miss with some of the albums, but you know, I love Soilwork. Dirk is their drummer's the man. Well, whenever he's not in trouble,
dude, their vocalist is a psychopath,
dude. Fucking, yeah, dude, Jorn, dude, he's the man. But like, it was like Soilwork, In Flames, and that was like after Come to Clarity and stuff like that, you know, and Meshuggah. Like, those were my bands, and it's like, no, fuck that. And then I get to meet Tony, and Tony, before like, my whole big point of this all is like getting into the blues, because the blues is a very specific, and you either like it or you don't. But if you like it, you fucking love it, because the blues is like way more than just a genre of music. It's like
Indian food.
To your yeah, it just shits your emotions out of your ass.
Hell yeah, dude.
You don't even know it's happening. You're just playing that backbeat, and then you notice your legs are warm, but it's a feeling. But no, like he turned me on to like Priest and like Iron Maiden and stuff, and like I was like, you know, it's not screaming, you know, whatever. And it's like, he plays me like fucking Electric Eye and shit like that, and then, you know, Hallowed Be Thy Name by fucking Iron Maiden. I was like, oh shit. So like, as soon as he did that, you know, I was just like hooked, and that was Synesthesia. That's the guitar player, Synesthesia.
Cool.
You know, and it pulled me into that. And then like we spit out the first Synesthesia album. We had a side project that was a cover band to help generate money for the Synesthesia called Head Check. And I was doing like Synesthesia stuff. Then I was doing like Motley Crue, like Kickstart My Fucking Heart, which is fucking amazing. And like Priest and Maiden tunes and shit like that. And it went on for a little bit, you know, and then it broke up. I went and did other things, because in the last like 12 years, I've probably been in, besides Love Betty and Willow Hill for a solid 3 years straight, I was in Synesthesia for 2 years, but most bands, I've been in about 10, 11 projects, different varying, like from Skip, the old bass player of Byzantine on Serpent days. We had a band called Kai. I was in the Revelators for a little bit, which was just like a 90s classic rock band. Special Reserve. I don't know if you ever heard of us. Like, we spit out a rock and roll album. We were like with Horace Mays a couple of years ago, and Conflict Cycle. Okay. At the Winter Rock Showcase. Like, I've did a bunch of stuff, you know. But back to Tony, like before all that, we did the Maiden stuff and whatnot, and then kind of dissipated, and I did all that stuff. And then he was like, hey man, you want to play like roots blues and like blues? And I'm like, yeah. And we're like doing like Louis Jordan and shit like that. And he would take me to blues clubs and like jazz clubs in Pittsburgh. That was super, super cool. I was grateful that I know somebody who opened me up to this world, and thankful that I had the experience to do this. But the James Street Gastro Pub, with Roger Humphreys, the jazz night on Thursday was like Dude, when that place closed down, I like cried a little bit. I was only there 3 times. But Roger Humphreys is like, dude, he's like 70 something. And the things that he does behind that kit and conducting when he's got some of the hottest brass in Pittsburgh, it's fucking magical, dude. And he would bring me to these places, you know, like he'd bring me out to the Thunderbird. I think his name was Ed King or something like that. He was like running the thing, and like it was all, and not to sound like partial or like off color, but it was all black clubs. Besides, it was.
Yeah.
Like I learned R&B, like real black pocket music.
Sure.
And you know, you can edit this out if I sound like a fucking bigot, but I'm just saying that white people cannot play the backbeat like black people. I'm sorry, drummers' lives matter. But my thing is it was like a pull through of like how people play.
Yeah.
Especially, and all these cats are all older, especially Roger. Roger's like fucking, dude, I'd never step foot on his fucking open mic, because it was an open mic. Like you could go up there and it's like, hey, you want to sit on that throne? Are you fucking crazy? Like this dude was crazy. He would do like double swells with his fingers, and like he'd hit it and then pull away to go to do this little thing, and then it would swell. And I'm being dead serious. It was like some fucking magic trick. It was some sort of like trill jazz thing he was doing that he learned. Well, Roger Humphreys' first gig was Ray Charles back in 19 blah blah blah. So his background's crazy, and Andy's a conductor and helped with bands. So like it's crazy. But he pulls me through all this blues stuff. And it was funny, like at the Thunderbird, there's a blues night. And like I said, I think it was Ed King. I can't remember his name. But he was just the lead singer, like host. And like when I walked in, there's like drummers in like zip up velvet suits with gold snares getting ready to just pop up and then put their hi-hat up. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I got to do this. And what was cool about it was they all knew they knew it was there. It's like, cue dumb movie pun. It's like, they felt like the glow was in me. Like, The Last Dragon, the glow. Would you got that glow? But, like, they could see that I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And I would get up and, like, I got up after the guy with the like $1,200 gold snare who was just playing like butter, doing like the Purdy shuffle. Like, I don't need the stick spin. I can just play all this while I sip my drink, like badasses. And besides being scared completely shitless, I developed a very deep love for the blues. So, thank you, Tony. Yeah. Wait, where's the camera? Right there. Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
You're the fucking man. You're the fucking man.
You made this dude a fucking nerd. It's awesome.
Yeah, super. Yeah, you did. But given like that thing, like given like the priest and the maiden being like this like kind of elitist, and then like going through the blues, and then it was like, nah, I'm playing the blues. Until that dissipated, and now I'm doing the Love Betty stuff with all my other things. Is like the thing about it is it just opens up when you look back upon it. It's like it just opens you up to even more playground. It's like music is a playground. Every genre is a certain style of playground, and you go into it and you play in the sand, you slide down the slide, and you swing on the swings. How you swing or how you slide or how you play with that sand is up to you. It's variable to whatever musicians, whatever. But they're all playgrounds. And I want to find all the playgrounds and play on them. I don't want to specifically be the best kid on that playground, but I want to go to all the playgrounds and play on them. Because I feel like as a musician, that's what you should do. And then, like, I don't know, I got into Love Betty, and they're like jazz pop rock. And Larry Schauter is a fucking ridiculous drummer. Like, he's super talented. And I had to learn all his parts. Like, he moved on. He wanted to do other things. It's totally fine. But I had to learn his shit. I'm like, fuck. Okay. And he's one of those guys that, like, if it's going to be like ABC, he'll be like AYBZC.
Sure.
You know, and I had to learn all that stuff, and it was great. But then, like, I start getting into, like, cover stuff, like things I'm not used to covering, because I'm used to, like, covering blues and metal and stuff like that. And I'm doing, like, Adele, and I'm doing, like, Sugarland, and I'm doing stuff like that. And to your, like, not to sound rude, but to your, like, I'm not going to say non-professional, but I'll just say to the person that just has, like, their chip on their shoulder, it's like, yeah, that stuff's bullshit and whatever.
No way.
To me, at first, I was like that for like a brief second. And then, you know, you get in front of 200-300 people and you play it, and then you go back and you listen to it, and you're like, wow, there's so much fucking going on in the simplicity of the music. You start to like tinker, and you're like, oh shit, well, you know, this dumbass fucking song that I played called Counting Stars, which, you know, when it came out, I was like, blah, but like when I play it with my band, it's like way more than that.
Yeah.
It's like awesome.
There's really a lot to be said about the simplicity of pop music, just because it speaks to a really wide demographic of people, and to overlook the fact that something you're creating, whether it may not be technical, but it's able to connect with millions of people. Don't overlook that. Like, especially as a songwriter, like, and it's really easy, especially coming from that metal background, working with people who are always trying to, like, write the next impressive technical thing, which is cool in spurts. But at the same time, it's like, you got to make something that's actually going to connect with people.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, sure, you could do something that's real wanky and somebody might not understand it, and they might be, oh, that's cool, but it's not going to get in their fucking bones and take over their soul and make them move. You need to find a way to make those fucking people move.
Exactly.
And there are metal bands that can do it. I mean, again, shout outs to Meshuggah. Again, another band that could be
Thomas Hawk, Hake, whatever you want to call
it could be incredibly technical and get into the bones of every bearded, long-haired, or bald motherfucker on this planet.
Yes. Yeah, for real. They're great. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's like a... Oh, hold on. Let me get a good one.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was dramatic.
Get it in.
But no, it's like the sense of it all. And, you know, like I said, I wasn't trying to be rude earlier, but it's like whenever you boil your playing and boil what you're doing down. And like I was at Summerfest a couple weeks ago. It's 40,000 people at 7 stages. Like I sat at the Sennheiser bus and watched what's that band? Skillet play while I was drinking a Leinenkugels, because that's from there. You know, when you get, not being like, look at me, I'm on that level, but I'm just saying when you start playing those stages, you have to think of what you're doing, whatever you're playing. And boil it down to the most professional and crisp thing. My big thing, besides like being able that guy to be able to play anything and everything, and you call me, is the fact that I want to be clean. I want my runs to be clean.
Sure.
I want it to be crisp. I don't want to sound like I'm falling down fucking stairs. I want to be able to, and it's like, almost like the Grateful Dead and the Allman Brothers are like kings of this, because they'll play the most simple beat, but then they'll add, like, after like 12 bars, like a ding, and it'll resonate for like 2 bars while they're playing it. And you're like, fuck. And I don't know. I might just be a weirdo. I might just be a weirdo.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I might just be a weirdo, but that's fucking great. Like, I was working with Lee Caruso, and he was telling me about prosody and power positions and shit like that. And like, he's in Berkeley for a master's degree in sound engineering. And like, I've known Lee for like 8 or 9 years. Really good dude. But he was like, Shawn, I'm putting terminology on things you already have in your brain. You just haven't went to school for that. So it made my crazy brain a little less thing, but like prosody and stuff like that, like things that make it build, make it go, make it slam, make it bounce, make it feel offset. Like, that's what I want. And like,
yeah, totally.
I don't have any, besides like George Parfit from, you know, Threat Signal. He did a couple metal things around here, but his real substantial accolade was Threat Signal. They were fucking great. He learned that first album, and he's a monster on drums. But he was one of my mentors. He like showed me linear fills and stuff like that, being able to do paradiddles and stuff like that. Like it was like, I love George to death. Love you, George. I don't know where you are. Probably 10 minutes from my house, but I love you. But it was really good. But I don't have a mentor or anything. Like I had Tony. I was lucky enough to have Tony as a blues mentor to pull me through, to show me feel, and to be able to grasp that genre. But I didn't have it. So it's like we got to figure it out for ourselves. And that's what I like to do, you know, be able to orchestrate things in your head and use other genres to be able to be the puzzle pieces of whatever genre you're playing or writing for. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's like it doubles up. You know, you could do it in cover acts. You know, unless you're playing in a cover act where they really want you to play the parts exactly the fucking same. But in my eyes, that's no fun. You know, wanking's one thing, but you know, adding your little flair to.
Like the only reason you ever play a cover song exactly the same is if it's like some bar in the middle of nowhere and they want to hear that fucking song the way it's supposed to sound. They don't want your fucking take on Pour Some Sugar on Me. You know what I mean? Fucking Cynthia in the front row wants to hear that fucking song the way it's supposed to be.
Damn it, Cynthia. Play something classic. But yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Do.
Westmoreland County, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, so that's a really good background information on your musical thing.
Just call me a horse.
No, it's okay. You're a fucking nerd. It's totally fine. It's cool. I'm a nerd too. You know what I mean?
Nerds unite.
The first thing, you know what I mean? You fucking compliment me on my Spirited Away shirt. You fucking nerd.
Dude, it's fucking sick.
Yeah, whatever.
I
don't like this nerd stuff. I'm just wearing the shirt.
It's gonna be like, you got Spirited Away on the front. You gotta have Princess Mononoke on the back.
Yeah. No,
they both were dope though.
Oh fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. So I have a question now, really pertaining to the food side of you.
Oh yes.
And we also need to get into this box that's over here, which we will in a moment after this question.
Magical.
And I do want to give another shout out real quick to Four Seasons in Latrobe, PA.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you so much for providing these. We're gonna crack. This is really good. This is the Catherine Russian Imperial Stout.
That's so good.
This is fire. Four Seasons is awesome. Everything I've had from this place is really good. And you know these people, or you're somewhat familiar with them?
My bass player in Love Betty / Willow Hill / Craig and the Good Times Gang, Nick Quinn, he lives in Latrobe. And he knows all them personally. Cool. And yeah, he got the gig, so I wanted to go and connect and like.
Yeah,
I was just like, yo, let me rep your beer.
No, I would love to get this gang on the show, so we'll need to facilitate that.
Oh,
and also,
God,
Lee Caruso as well, Big Atlantic, right?
Yeah,
yeah. We played with them once at Millville Music Fest. They were really good. I'd like to. His name's popped up a few times in various conversations with people on the show. He seems like somebody that would be good to talk to, too.
For sure, so, dude.
Lee
Caruso, get him on here.
And Four Seasons. And maybe even the person responsible for what's in this box. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I need
great minds. You would surround yourself with great minds if you did that.
I need to ask you a question, though, because I'm very curious about this. Right. So we talked about whenever you were getting into music, the beginning of your music interest, or the thing that really sparked your like love in some way, you mentioned like was Black Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, classic rock.
Oh yeah.
So in terms of food and making that shift into, you know, like, oh, maybe I want to cook and pursue, was there a particular style of food or a particular dish or something that you came across in the way that you may have came across Black Sabbath or Guns N' Roses that made you feel like, oh, like I might actually want to do this?
Man, again, with the questions, you're like spot on. Like, yeah, music and culinary are correlated like hand in hand.
100%. I agree.
In my life, it's so funny that you said that, and I put it into like brackets in my brain. So it's like, yeah, my grandmother was full-blooded Italian, came over on the boat, did the 7 fishes with the family, helped her for so many years. I'm really good at Italian food. My love is Japanese food.
Okay.
I love Japanese food. I love Chilean and Spanish food. That's great. But like Japanese, like sushi and shit.
So with you, like, and like starting to get into like cooking yourself and feeling like not just like making like whatever, but actually like, holy fuck, like look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, right.
What was that? Like what was the stuff you were doing?
Oh shit. Well, that was it. Just like music, my culinary career is quite
It jumps
out
genres.
there. It does. So when I moved up here, I got out of culinary school, was playing in band. I worked at the Texas Roadhouse, which if you guys ever want to go to the best Texas Roadhouse ever, go to the one in Greensburg. Jim is one of the coolest guys ever.
Shout outs to Jim at the Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Those guys are great. Yeah, it's just from scratch. Like, fuck Applebee's in their microwave pasta. But
I've never been to a Texas Roadhouse.
go to one in Greensburg. Man.
Okay, all right.
Just go.
There's probably nowhere else better for me to eat.
Like
in
that guy saw a kid who was like, thought he was cocky in culinary. Was like, hey, do you know how to cook volume food? And I'm like, what's that? And it's like $3,500, like a $3,500 hour with shit like shot across the room because you're on your like 65th fucking onion blossom, and it's all from scratch, dude. Like batters from scratch, onions are cut. Like you look down and like my best friend Frank Hartz, if you're watching this, I love you, dude. You know, breathing's for pussies. But like you look down and like half of the salad stations exploded, and there was like no complaint whatsoever. But it's just how the run of the night went, because it was like a 9-man line. And $3,500, they're at like, they were like, last time I talked to him, it was like so long ago. It was like, they were at $4,000 hour. It's a $4,000 fucking dollar hour and fucking volume food, guys.
Okay. So that's like customers ordering $4,000 worth of food in an hour is what you're telling me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a lot of food.
And it's crazy. So my whole point, let's keep going. I'm long-winded, and I think I think Sykes needs to open up the second beer.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, we will open it. I'm just real quick doing a math. You said $4,000. I'm assuming
we'll say 3.5. I quoted it at 3.5. You should go 3.2 because I always go over because I'm an asshole.
So we say 3.2 divided by, I'll assume the average plate of food's $15. Wait, I don't even know how you fucking 3.5 divided by 15 equals 233 guests in an hour.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun. 233 plates of food.
But you gotta, but you gotta understand that you have the salads. Salad person does salad, but he also does desserts. Then you got me at this time that I'm speaking of, fryer. So it's all the fryer stuff.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
duties are definitely
each plate, but every task in the procedure to create that. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. It's like I gotta do this, and it's just like, and you're just banging it out. And like crazy. I'm like 19, and I'm like, oh my God. And they were all so nice to me. So moving on. That was A. So I moved to a restaurant in Greensburg by the mall, which is now Applebee's. It was called Pepperwood Grill. And ironically, it's so funny that you're asking me about culinary, is that's how I met my singer in Love Betty and Willow Hill, Allie Naples.
Okay.
Allie Fields. And she was a server, and I was a cook in the back. Before I gained in my eyes, like, and some people will agree and some people will disagree, even though I went to culinary school, but I've opened up 4 restaurants. So I feel like I earned the title of chef. I don't want executive. I just want fucking chef. Just call me chef. I can run whatever. Ask my friends. So I rebutted, but I met Allie, and it was a fusion kind of contemporary restaurant. They had like a wood fire style calzone that they would do. It was super cool. Mike Petrillo was the executive chef. He like owned restaurants in Holland. Super cool. Petrillo Auto is all connected. super cool. And then I had a falling out, and then my buddy Bruno was working with a friend named Jen in Ligonier out in Laurel Highlands, like going towards like Lynn Run. I don't know if you know where Lynn Run is.
Not super familiar. No.
You know where Ligonier is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ligonier.
Okay.
It was a fine dining restaurant. So when I went in there, I went and worked for them under a chef who is the executive chef of Major Stokes right now. His name's Dave Sabota, a very talented chef. And he was like my wing to be under, because he used to work at Zagnut rated restaurants, and was very talented. He came back from Maryland, and I got lucky enough to work with somebody who was like 5 or 6 years older than me, and knew, because I don't know, Sykes, this is the first time we've really met each other, and I'm kind of like a wound sprung or a wound coil. I'm sprung like a coil. Sorry, guys. I blame it on the. I blame it. Oh, I blame it on this.
Alcohol.
I look like a robot on this. This is bad. It's making me look worse. I thought I was gonna look fat on here. I just look like
you look
a
good.
Robot. I'm a robot.
You look good.
Yeah, I met Dave, and then I met Anthony Rushka, who took over the business. And between both of them, I was just doing like these fine dining things that were like garde and doing like sorbets and doing ceviches, whatever. Don't quote me. And doing really cool stuff. And then from that, music, of course, music was all reveled in. That's the reason why I moved from but I'm not going to talk about music while I'm talking about food. So like I moved to country clubs, and I moved to, hotels and stuff like that. I started doing that. And then I opened up 2 different restaurants. I was an executive chef of the Harbor Inn in Laurel Highlands, Woodfire Pizza, which they're not Woodfire anymore, which they might be. I don't know. Okay. But that hopefully that pizza recipe was mine, and I'm glad because it was delicious. Right. And I helped open up Major Stokes in Greensburg with Jim Bosco. He good dude, Seton Hill teacher, has a vision, and I helped him create it.
Cool.
I'm not there anymore, which is totally fine. But in the end, in culinary, I got to help somebody achieve something, and I'm proud of that. So now I'm at the DoubleTree in Monroeville, and I work at the convention center. Actually, tomorrow's Comic-Con, Sykes, and I will be there.
Oh, yeah. Steel City Comic-Con is this weekend. Yes,
it is. Yeah, I'll be there in the morning to help out. I kind of I'm not going to say manage, but I got to pull stuff and make sure it goes well. Like the last Comic-Con, I was there all for 34 hours. Like, it's so funny. My chef doesn't he's like, listen, just take 3 days off. And it's normally I have rehearsals. Like this week I had 3 rehearsals. Yeah. And a podcast. And then, tomorrow I have another rehearsal, and then I got to go to Delaware to open up not open up, but I think we're in the mid of a festival, Fortify Fest in Delaware. But I went the last Comic-Con, but tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and do all that, so I get to go and buy all the magnets of all the cool shit, because I've got like the Mega Man or the Rush and the Mega Man jump, and then I have a bat signal and then Vision flying over. Like I got to her at the end, and I'm gonna.
Who invited this fucking nerd?
I'm literally gonna drop like $50 on her table at 10 o'clock in the fucking morning.
That's the shit,
and
dude.
She's gonna be like, "You remember me, right?" And she'd be like, "Oh shit, I got this Iron Man." That's the
awesome.
funny thing, dude. It's so cool. Like I love my job.
Dude, enjoy that shit. That's fucking awesome.
My boss is super awesome. The people I work with is super awesome. Like they work with my show schedule. I play like 70 shows a year, so. They work with my schedule, but also, I work, and like if I'm going to do a Comic-Con, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, hey, can I give 2 shouts out real quick?
Of course. Of course.
Shout out to my drum company, Spawn Drum Company. Brian Spawn, you're fucking, and Mike Byer, you're fucking amazing. Simtech Cymbals and Excel Sticks. Those are the companies I'm sponsored by, and I wanted to give reps.
Hell yeah. Shout outs to all of them. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no. I'm grateful.
You want to open up this fucking beer?
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, I'm grateful. Brian Spawn is such a talented drum maker and cymbal maker and whatnot. And Mike's been super good to me. And I want to say thank you to both of them because I'm super grateful. I really am. I really am. It took me until 32 to get my own custom drum kit. And I wasn't even
that's still pretty young, man.
I know, but I wasn't even a wanker about it. I wasn't even like, I want gold and Babinga everything.
What'd you get?
Maple.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Our drummer has a leopard print drum kit.
I know, and he's a ham on the drums. Like,
yes,
his feet's gnarly, but he's a ham on the drums, and I like it. I saw the demo play of whenever you were in the studio of him playing that one track, and I was like, yeah, me and you need to hang out.
Yeah. I think the two of you guys would get along. He's a fucking goon. He's a good dude.
All right, give me that beer.
Thank you. Yeah. So while we are. You just throw it.
Are you sure? He doesn't give a... Sykes doesn't give a fuck. Do you have like a bomb explosion or like a sub drop?
I don't have the bomb. The closest thing...
what's like a...
The closest thing after that is this. I'm joking. That was a bad
joke. Sykes, do you want another beer? That's a yes.
Yeah, I'll take it. All right, so he's pouring this triple now, also from Four Seasons. Shout outs again, Latrobe, PA. Really appreciate
it. Fucking delicious.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about this. So, Shawn, you don't know me that well.
Just let it head up.
Belgians are my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
You know the reason? Like, okay, so like. Not like a scat in my brain. It was kind of like, hey, can I get Dark Side of the Pint? And they were like. And then everyone's like, we really do. When you got the podcast, and it was like,
yeah,
in like a couple, like you know, like 3 or 4 days, like, and then like the one guy who's a security guard was like, it's going to be flat by the time you leave the parking lot, and I was like, fuck. Yeah. So we do that. So they were like trying to get. So they caught this, and then like I thought I was just going to get some Imperial. I like the Imperial. It's fucking good. And he's like, hey, we brought this triple too, and I was like. Oh, now you're speaking my fucking language.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. We'll do this. I'm going to have you reach out to them. Maybe we could go out to Four Seasons and do a podcast out there.
Dude.
And we can get the fucking... If they
still play checkers while we do it?
Sure.
And I'll fuck you up on checkers.
Okay. All right.
Are you good at chess?
No.
Okay, then I'll fuck you up on checkers.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I just want to hang out and drink beer. I'm not trying to make it a competition.
I'm just joking.
Whatever makes you happy, my friend.
I'm not being serious.
But we can go out there. We can get that fucking nitro stout on draft at the spot.
For sure. It's so good.
At the spot. We should set that up. That'd be fucking sick. But we've been holding out and we don't have a whole lot more time left on the podcast. So before... I want to make sure we have plenty of time to dive into this beautiful box of food.
We fucking have to.
Sitting over here. I feel so bad it's taken this long, but also you don't want to see me podcasting on a belly full of what's in this box. So we got to save it for the end.
Dude, I got to do it. All right. So this box.
What's in the box?
Hold on.
What's in the box?
I'm going to show you.
What's in the box?
I'm going to show you.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, did you just, yeah. It's like a, oh. Okay, so we're going to like, oh, can you see the symbol? You can see the symbol.
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
You can see it? You good? Okay, this is Alan's Black Metal Donuts.
Shout outs to Alan Metal Donuts.
Whoa, wait. It's Black Metal so bad.
Black Metal Donuts.
Here, let's do Black Metal like scream voice, but Black Metal Donuts on 3, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Black Metal Donuts.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Do you think it's good?
I think that's fine.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it again. Alan's Black Metal Donuts in 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alan's Black Metal Donuts.
Yeah. See now you got 2 takes. But yeah, we're gonna open these up.
Open them son of bitches up.
Like.
Look at this shit.
Let me just flop this over and give it to you, Sykes.
Yeah. All right.
You do this. Take your Belgian triple and.
All right. So this is what we're dealing with here in this box.
Alan, you're a fucking madman, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Hold on 1 second. I'm actually going to. I gotta do a camera reset real quick. And then we're just gonna kind of plug these motherfuckers.
Dude, Alan's Black Metal Donuts from Mount Pleasant. Works at J. Cork's, hangs out and deals with all of Westmoreland County. He is one of your top fucking donut dealers and with a metal's edge. He has worked with Black Forge Coffee in Pittsburgh, is a avid black metal lover and lover of music. One of the sweetest guys I ever know. One of the most talented fucking culinarians I know. And that motherfucker competed. Like, he competed and kicked ass. Like, Alan is such a humble and talented individual. And I am so honored and proud, not only to be on your show, but to be able to showcase these fucking donuts on your show.
I am really excited about this.
So what do you want? That's a Pop-Tart.
I'm going to take this one. This one looks like it's my speed.
I want the one with bacon.
Okay. You get on that.
We're going to cheers this, right?
Cheers, my friend.
Let's go. Dude, that's fire.
I don't even know what this is, but it's really good. Do you know what's on this one?
Damn it. Alan, comment.
Post in the comments. Let me know what I'm eating. I'm going to tell you.
It's like a maple, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a lemon maple, perhaps. Because this is definitely some sort of like a maple drizzle. And the icing does kind of have like maybe lemon, maybe poppy seed. I don't know. I don't know enough about these things. But this is really good. This is fucking fire. So
yeah, dude. And then later on, you got the tricks.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in here.
Or no, the Fruity Pebbles. He said something about a double dip. See, I love Alan, and Alan's super talented.
That's a double dip, I'm thinking.
Yeah, right there. Is like that Pop-Tart, that like purple and swirl Pop-Tart one. This is dope. These are like apple fritters and then regular glazed, I think.
This is fucking tight.
Alan is like...
I will tell you this, though, Alan. I don't think... I'm going to have to use my elbows to touch all my shit for the rest of the episode because my fingers are fucking icy,
they're
bro.
So good.
My fingers are icy.
Dude. Your bacon, spot on. It was all right, Alan. It worked out.
I have to apologize real quick to anybody that is just listening and not watching.
Oh, God.
This is probably, part of the reason why you should be watching and not just...
I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is like one of those weird videos where people eat food on the internet and people just watch them eat food.
I'm sorry.
This is really good.
Yeah, dude. Fire. Like, he cooks this out. He does and prepares and executes this from his house. He wakes up, dude. He is a sous chef of a fine dining restaurant. One of my favorite in Greensburg, J. Cork's. Go to J.
Really?
Cork's.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike Stewart's the executive chef and one of my best friends. He was one of my groomsmen at my wedding. And this is his hobby. He loves black metal. He likes donuts. He's like, all right, this is going to be my brand. And I was like, you're fucking a genius.
These are apple fritters?
Yeah, apple fritters.
I'm going to dig in on a fritter, bro.
And he does it from his home. And I keep just pushing like, yeah, man, like, I'm going to find an investor. So like Alan's Black Metal Donuts needs to like fucking be a brand. Like,
sure.
And he would tell me that like he was doing stuff with Black Force. And I'm like, yeah, dude. So yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So
that's awesome.
Replaceable.
He's doing great things. And
Everything's replaceable.
Anything I can do to help him in his goal, I'm totally with him.
Hell yeah, dude. I gotta get Alan on the show, man.
Alan from Thor.
I'll tell you this though, Alan, in advance, if you come on the show, can't bring any more donuts. Well, you can bring donuts, but we can't eat them on the show. Because right now, this is just ridiculous.
I can't do it, dude.
This is ridiculous. But this is really good. I hope this is entertaining. I have no idea where we're
I don't know, dude.
Go for the Pop-Tart.
You want to do the Pop-Tart? I don't know.
Go for it if you want it, my friend.
Oh, I think it's cream, though.
I haven't even drank any of this Belgian yet.
Here, let's do that. Let's
Jesus
just cheers.
Christ. All right, yeah.
I know. I'm an overload, aren't I?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout outs 4 Seasons, Allen's Black Metal Donuts.
Sykes and start the fucking beat, man.
Shawn
Like
King.
what episode are you on?
I think when this goes up, this will be 239.
239, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there's a lot of people to talk to.
I know. Hi guys. How are you doing? Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ooh, Tommy Likey.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
I haven't had their triple. I wanted to save it so we could both do the reaction at the same time.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
So
here
like
comes.
you could like see my belly just getting bigger as the episode's progressing. I'm kind of like No Face at this point from Spirited Away, just putting food in me.
Yep, just crushing it. Just crushing
By
it.
the end of this episode, I'm just going to eat the camera. That'll be the end of the episode. That'd be sick. So, wrapping things up here, just in the past, the last 5-10 minutes of the show. What's on the fucking, horizon for you in terms of like music and cooking? Like right now, it kind of just seems like the music, if I had to guess, is the main focus.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
I understand what you're talking about.
Actually, hold on 1 second.
Hold on. Sykes is
I'm going to
help
get
me.
napkins.
Go to napkins. And then
And
I'll
why don't-
answer your question.
Why don't you, while I'm getting napkins, why don't you plug where people can find your music projects?
All right. Yeah, for sure. Fuck. Hold on. Let me get a beer for that. All right, guys. Synesthesia, I'll start with that. Check us out on Reverb Nation /Synesthesia US. Craig and the Good Times Gang, Willow Hill, and Love Betty is all Facebook. If you want to get into all the new interactions of Willow Hill, which is our main project, I got to say Love Betty because they're so many accolades. They've did so much. I have to say I love Betty, but Willow Hill is what they and I am moving forward with for the name and what we're doing in our endeavors. Check that out, like I said, on Facebook, but also they have a .com. I think that's like Willow Hill Family Tree. CT, singer-songwriter with Allie, was trying to put up a brand new song every like month or so. They've already put up 2. They hit Mother's Day in May, and actually my grandmother who passed away last year was immortalized in that music video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking touching. Those guys are great. CT and Ally are great because they can pull at your heartstrings, but they can also make you do shots of whiskey, and I love them to death. But yeah, Willow Hill, that, and Synesthesia, I told you. And, stay tuned. I'm the admin on Facebook for Synesthesia Official. There'll be some ruckus and some movement going on in the next couple months when we get in the studios. We're going to be recording at Tonic Studio with Doug Casper. What's up, Doug Casper? You my boy! And stuff soon to follow. One last thing is on the whole side of helping people and whatnot. I had Jerry from Winter's Descent want me to come and play a couple shows with them because John was moving on, and I'm playing with them at the Funhouse next week with what is it, Scarlet Skies, and it's not September Morning. It's losing. Is it Losing September? I don't know, but it's a Crucible Project, and that's great. Twisted Fate and all those guys, they're great, but I'll be playing some shows with them.
This episode's going up on the 15th. Do you know what day that show is?
The 17th.
Okay. This weekend, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's on Friday because the next day I'm at fucking Oliver's Poorhouse in Greensburg.
No, the 17th would be a Saturday. The 16th's a Friday.
Fucking this all up. Hold on.
The 16th's a Friday. Because that's
It's the 17th.
it's Saturday then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
That's fine for you.
Oh,
This
that's
goes
fine.
up on the 15th. I'm just letting you know.
Oh. But yeah, playing some shows with those guys. They're super fucking cool.
Yeah.
To help them out with the transition to their new drummer.
Shout outs to Jerry and Winter
Oh,
Descent.
dude, I love them to death. They're fucking great.
Fucking losers. I hate you. Fuck you guys.
Roll them up in a carpet and throw them off a bridge.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, you fuck. Eat that cutie up. Jerry's a good dude.
See, I spit so hard I have to wipe the mic because I love Jerry so much. But
Yo, no, it's all good.
but no, those are my shout outs. Yeah, man. And if you ever want to fucking see me, I'll be at Comic-Con from time to time at the convention center, unless you go to the Hilton in Monroeville and just come ask somebody in the restaurant if Shawn is working. I'll say, hi, how are you doing?
Cool. So, that does seem like right now, like your main focus is more on the bands, and now that the chef stuff's just kind of like the background.
Yeah, I want to get away from it.
Just to keep things steady.
Yeah, no, like I agree with you. It's just to get away from it. I've did it for so long and I like it and it's great things, but like I want to be that full-time musician that makes like 40 grand a year and
sure
plays lessons and does this and that and the other thing and tours, and that's what I've strived for. And I'll keep striving for it. Oh, by the way, Synesthesia will now be fronted by my wife, Amanda King.
Wow. Cool.
I know, right? I know. And it's big shoes. It's big shoes to fill.
What an announcement.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to do that real quick. I forgot about that in all this madness. It's big shoes to fill, and I know she's going to fucking be badass to all the, not to sound rude, but all the older the older listeners. We had three singers. Synesthesia was a studio project that was written up in Britain. We played 3 shows in Pittsburgh. We were on Rocky 99 won the Homegrown. Jim Price, love you. We played that at Dissipated. The 3 singers that we had was Joe Murphy from Red Edna. He lives in Arizona right now. He wrote the last track before we kind of like went silent for like 2 years, called Bitter Words. Love you, Joe. I miss you, Joe. I miss you too, Kelly. The other one was Rob Guzik. He was on the beginning album with My Enemy Mine, but he's like a carpenter. He just did it as a guest. It was supposed to be a studio project, but we played the studio project out, and yeah, it's kind of confusing. And then last but not least, the person who did most of the tracks is Timmy Amar. If you guys know who Timmy Amar is in the Pittsburgh local scene, that was Triple X. If you guys are hardcore thrash metal guys, you guys know who Death is, and Chuck Schuldner. He was the singer on Controlled Denied. Okay. He was my singer. I love him to death. Everybody's busy with everything. And me and Tony have 2 new albums that we have written in the last 5 years. And Amanda will be fronting us with the help of Tony Mullick, me, Ali, and here's a bomb, Ken from 12 Foot Ninja in Australia. Yeah, that's the reason why she couldn't come tonight, is she's like, I got vocal lessons. She's doing Skype lessons with him. No shit. Yeah. I met him at the Funhouse, actually. They were on tour with what's that band? Nothing More. Okay. I got to hang out with him, and he was like, besides like Andals from Chimera and like Mike Smith from Suffocation, I really haven't had famous people like you send the ad and they're like, yeah, but he added me, and I've talked to him because I'm a lyricist as well. And I've stayed in touch with him, and when she wanted to get and do the synesthesia stuff, I started writing songs for her, and Tony, my guitar player, started writing songs with her, and we were looking for somebody, and I hit him up, and I was like, hey man, don't you have like a vocal lesson thing that you're doing? He's like, yeah, it's called Kinzen. And I was like, yeah, shit. So I hit him up, and literally I was like, Amanda, Ken from 12 Foot Ninja is going to hit you up. And she looked down, she's like, here, he sent me a friend request. So like they're on like week 2. She's got like, we're going to record the material and then at least give her like 6 months to find her own stuff. Cause she's sang for like 6 years, played piano for 10, and then stopped. Like she had something drastic happen, and she was like, nah, fuck this. And now here we are, and she enjoys it. you know.
Yeah.
So you know, not to be too long, but yeah, things to come. Amanda King is going to be my front woman of Synesthesia. Me and Tony Mullock are going to fucking rip this shit up. And here in 2020, you're going to hear some shit from Synesthesia.
Super stoked to hear it. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have to get you back in the fucking room whenever that's fucking ready to go.
Oh, dude, I can bring all of my motley crew with me.
Yeah. Bring the whole fucking gang. So there's a whole lot of people we got to fucking talk to. You know, that'd be a fucking blast,
for sure, dude. Here, cheers to that. Cheers to fucking Synesthesia 4.0.
Hell yeah, dude. Cheers to everything you're doing. You sound like a busy boy. You sound like you're really happy about everything you're doing. And I fuck with your vibe, man.
Yo, are you an people that are elitist to this band would be like, it's KMFDM, but are you an MDFMK fan?
Yeah, I like both bands.
Goddamn torpedoes. You'll sleep when you're old dead. Like, that's the line. It's like, I'll stay steady on the fucking grind till I'm dead. Like, that's my thing.
Hell yeah, dude. I feel like, in full transparency, you're somebody that I could talk with for probably 16 hours straight. To be fair, but
really could.
You know, we're over an hour, which means it's time to wrap up this motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure,
so
dude. Thank you for having me on, dude.
Yo,
Thanks, fuck, dude.
You're gonna
be
back,
man.
You're gonna be back, motherfucker.
Man, dude, for sure, dude.
You're gonna be back. And that is all, folks, for now. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Shawn King, one more time. Cheers.
Oh.
4 Seasons Brewing. If any of you motherfuckers are out there, we're gonna get you on the show. Alan's fucking Black Metal Doughnuts.
Black Metal fucking
gonna
Doughnuts.
Get you on the fucking show. There's so much fucking positivity going on, all local,
Yeah,
all
for
fucking
sure,
tight.
man.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Westmoreland County,
Shawn,
what?
dude. One more time, cheers. I know we cheered like
Cheers.
1,000 fucking times, but like,
For sure,
dude, I really appreciate you being here.
Hey, last but not least, if Crazy Jam Band, Trailheads and Habitat, check them the fuck out, man.
Okay.
And just remember, if you have a shitty tattoo, fucking Disappearing Ink out of Pittsburgh will fucking get rid of it. I love you, Wes. I love you, Ian.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll be back again next time with another episode. Same time, same place, same channel. You know the drill. My name is Sykes. Start the beat 2019. Woo, woo. Thanks for listening. I appreciate the sound effect. That was
I'm
fucking
trying, dude.
Yo, what if instead of having the sound effect board, you just came in for every episode?
Dude, I'll do
and
it.
you just sat off camera and did the sound effects live.
We'd be partners. Yeah, no, it'd be fine. We would. I would just do like fucking like dubstep shit whenever people started acting a fool. Like, yeah.
Cool.
It's terrible.
And I'm stopping.
Perfect.